What is up, my tubers? Welcome back to another Sealed here on Arena. We got some more Sealed Lost Caverns of Ixalan for the early access event. Again, this is a specialty account, specialty server from Wizards of the Coast. That's why you have, or rather, I have so many gems here. This is a separate server. We'll not get to keep these. We get to play for one day. As such, well, I don't know where I was going to go with that. Let's just join our sealed pool and see what we open. I've now done 4 sealed events, and I plan to hopefully record a couple of drafts. But as always, thanks for watching. Hit that like and subscribe if you haven't already. And don't forget to check out cardkingdom.com/Numot for all your Magic card needs. I've had a very good success rate so far in these sealed events. It's seemingly pretty fun, this format, although, again, generally takes a couple of weeks to really suss it out and see if it'll be an all-time banger. Let's see what we open. Tarian Soul Cleaver. 1 mana equipment, 2 mana to equip. Equipped creature has vigilance. Whenever another artifact or creature is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter on equipped creature. Generally, these type of equipment, they're at its best. They're at their best when the equipment gets like a counter, and then, you know, the counters stay on the equipment. I would guess that this is just okay at best, especially since the equip is 2. Starving Revenant, 4 mana, 4/4, ETB, Surveil 2. Then for each card you put on top of your library, you draw a card and you lose 3 life. With Descend 8. Whenever you draw a card, if there are 8 or more permanent cards in your graveyard, target opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. So graveyard shenanigans are a huge part of this format, the Lost Caverns of Ixalan. This is a really good card, I think. It's a little bit scary, but if you are at a low amount of life and you can't afford to draw with the ETB effect, you can just put them both in the graveyard for good value. Another artifact. Artifacts are a huge part of this format as well. This is 3 mana, enters the battlefield, you mill 2 cards, draw 2 cards, so that's quite good. Descend 8 at the beginning of your upkeep. If there are 8 or more permanents in your graveyard, transform it into, whenever you cast a permanent spell using mana produced by this, up to 1 other target permanent you control becomes a copy of that spell until end of turn. This one is probably not so good. Or rather, the Myriad Pools, the flip side of this card, isn't that great, but the front side's totally reasonable. There are quite a few of the legendary flip lands that are amazing. I would say that this is probably not so much one of those. Get Lost. Destroy a creature, enchantment, or planeswalker for an instant, 2 mana. Its controller creates 2 map tokens. Pretty solid removal spell. It is awkward to give your opponent 2 map tokens, as again, artifacts are such a big part of the format. Notably, if they don't have any creatures, they cannot utilize the map tokens for the Explore, but certainly not like a bomb. Another artifact here, 3 mana, enters the battlefield with 3 net counters. You can remove a net counter. Tap another target non-land permanent. Its activated abilities can't be activated for as long as it remains tapped. Remove a net counter, tap another target non-land permanent. Its activated abilities can't be... So it's just a tap for a turn, and it only has 3 counters. But eventually you can craft, another new mechanic in this format, and it only requires crafting with an artifact, which you can do from graveyard or from the battlefield. Draw a card for each artifact you control, then put Braided Cupu, I'm going to probably butcher the pronunciation, into its owner's library, 3rd from the top. Man, another really weak feeling artifact. I do know this one is really good, though. Sentinel of the Nameless City is a 3 mana, 3/4 vigilance. Whenever it enters the battlefield or attacks, you make a map token, so quite a nice 3-drop there. The Revenant and the Sentinel are 2 best rares, and then others kind of mid-tier. What I've been doing lately is just building a quick deck and then going into the games. I don't want to spend too long trying to build the optimal deck or whatever on like day 1 of the format when nobody knows what's going on. I kind of want to just get into the matches and going. I will note some good cards as we go along, though, like, for example, this Malamet War Scribe. It's an inspired charge on a 4/3 body, so that's pretty cool. Another pretty good one I've noticed is Tinker's Tote. This has been really fantastic for me. Just, again, lots of artifact synergies in the format. This gives you 3 artifacts in 1 card, and then a little bit of life gain later on. Quite good. What else we got going on here? Land cyclers are a thing in the format. Every single one of the land cyclers is great as it's fixing early on, and then it turns into a big body. All of them are pretty big, right? So if the blue one example, 6/7 ward 3 for 7. Black one here, 6 mana 5/6 for 6, etc., etc. Whenever a creature you control attacks alone, it gains Death Touch and Lifelink. Put a Dread counter on it, then have 3 or more. Wow, that's a pretty strong enchantment, I feel like. It's not bad. Don't have many black cards in terms of depth. We have a couple of Poison Dart Frogs. Look at that cutie pie. 2 mana, reach, adds 1 mana of any color, and then it can gain Death Touch as well. Our green looks pretty strong. How are our artifacts? I want this Sunbird Standard to be really good, but I think it's probably worse than I'm giving it credit for. It's a 3 mana rock, but you can craft for 5, and with any number of, well, anything, right? Exile 1 or more other permanents. Its power and toughness are equal to the number of colors among the exiled cards, so the more colors you exile/play, the better this is. But it's a flying vigilance haste, and it adds mana. So it's kind of cute. Caves are a small sub-theme in this format. There are some cards that have some synergies with them. This is like the improved upon Evolving Wilds. Discover is a thing in the format, which is kind of like a sorcery speed cascade. But I think we're going to be playing some form of green here. What is this? Until end of turn, target land you control becomes a 4/4 dinosaur with reach and haste. It's still a land. It must be blocked this turn if able. I don't normally like that type of card. Explorer's Cache seems fun. Enters the battlefield with 2 1/1 counters. Whenever a creature you control with a 1/1 counter on it dies, put a 1/1 counter on the cache. So it kind of can keep growing your creatures throughout the game. It's not like a one-time use. It is sorcery speed. Yeah, I think we're going to be playing some amount of green. Maybe some green-black Descend nonsense. Let's do that. I'm just going to build a quick green-black Descend deck. Acolyte of Aclazotz. 3 mana, 1/4. Sack another creature or artifact. Each opponent loses 1. That's fine. 3 mana, 2/2 menace. At the beginning of your end step, if you descended, you put a 1/1 counter on it. That's okay. 3 mana, 2/3. 1 and sack, tap. Return a creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. Add a finality counter to it. Activate only as a sorcery. That might be okay. I want to try that Grasping Shadows. I think to fossilize is awesome. Return a creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. That creature explores, then it explores again. Super nice with the land cyclers here, for example. Let's see, Malamet Battleglyph is a punch that can also give your creature a 1/1 counter if it's entered that turn. It's pretty good. I don't know about this Glimpse the Core. It's a 2 mana ramp effect. It only grabs a forest, and if you don't have any caves, which I only have the 1, it's not... Oh, no, actually, no. I have the Necropolis and the Nursery. Okay, I guess that card is not bad. We're definitely running the Poison Dart Frogs. 3 mana, 3/1 Vigilance with Explore is good value. The Sentinels is insane. 4 mana, 3/4 Reach. That Mills 2 is good graveyard synergy. 5 mana, 5/4 Trample. If there are 4 or more permanents in your graveyard, put a 1/1 counter on that. That's good. Or on a creature, rather. So yeah, green-black graveyard shenanigans is the route we're going to go here. Do we want to run some of these kin colors? They're 3/3s that maybe gain 3 life. How many dinos do I have? Only 2 right now. I think we'd rather just have the exploring ones. I guess the cache is good with all these explore creatures. Let's see, do we want to run any of these artifacts? Some of them are okay, but they're not like particularly exciting. Yeah, I don't think the Soul Cleaver's worthwhile. 2 to equip, the creature gets +1/+1. Has Death Touch as long as you turn, otherwise it has Reach. That might be okay. Is it better than Explorer's Cache, though? I don't know. I probably should be running at least one of these Glimpse the Cores, I feel like. Maybe this Fungal Fortitude's not that good. But like I said, I'm more interested in playing the games. I could run 16 lands here. I'm going to run 17. Let's go. Quick little deck build. Again, I've got like 4 seals under my belt now, so clearly I am a professional who knows what they're doing. We will be on the draw here. It's a little bit slow, but I suppose I can keep it. Need to find one of our frogs for turn 2. Some of these type of effects say return it onto the battlefield under your control. This one specifies owner's control, so you can't do it to your opponent's creature and get it. Greedy Freebooter. 1 mana, 1/1. When it dies, scry 1, make a treasure. Okay. Basically, all of the 1 mana creatures in this format are like above average rate. On the draw, and our opponent has a 1-drop, 2-drop curve so far. Not ideal. At least no 3-drop. Alright, 3/1 Vigilance, Explore. Yeah, we'll draw another one. That seems fine. It's additional cost. Discard a card or pay 3 life. Destroy a creature or planeswalker. They discarded a card there, surprisingly. I mean, there are, I guess, reasons you would want cards in your graveyard, of course. Over the Edge. Target creature you control explores, and it explores again. We're just gonna chain a bunch of guides, I guess. It's kind of funny. Let's just do this right now. So, if they don't hit a land immediately, that's a problem. What is this? Twists and turns. If a creature you control would explore, instead you scry 1, then that creature explores. When this enters the battlefield, target creature you control explores. Whenever a land enters the battlefield you control, if you control 7 or more lands, transform it. Look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature from among it, put in your hand. Put the wow, that card's really good for an uncommon. That card is extremely good for an uncommon. Holy smokes. Okay. And they're drawing a fight next turn. That's slightly problematic, isn't it? Or a punch, rather, I should say. Sadly, this is not a trade, but we do want to just keep our creature alive here. It's a 5/5 for 3. Okay, I guess I keep it. I will double block. I have to kind of double block if they attack. Jeez, they drew another explore effect too. And now they have a Basking Capybara. Okay. Wait, they're keeping that thing for some reason? Interesting. Hey, I don't even think we're doing that poorly anymore. Like now we can, let's see. Discover 4 here. Get a marionette, that's fine. We're gonna mill 2 more cards. Boom, that turns into a 7/7, can't be blocked by more than 1 creature. Now we can go grab our Spike Tail. Pump this thing up. Wow, we are kind of turning the corner in a big way, aren't we? Sheesh. Look at that turnaround. Oh, I guess I should have put the pump on itself. Whoopsies. Wow. What a swing. Yeah, I should have pumped itself. That way on the following turn, it could pump itself again, have 7 power, and attack into the 8/7 they had. Alright, let's go to our next game here. This is Caverns of Ixalan. Sealed. Okay, our hand needs to find a land pretty badly. But if we find that third, excuse me, that third land we have, turn 3 Sentinels seems pretty good. 1/1 for 3. Sorry, a 1/1 for 1 and a pay 3 to explore at sorcery speed. Okay. I'm just gonna get the cash online this turn. And then probably just go Sentinel plus immediately make it a 4/5. Hopefully they don't have that bitter card here. Target creature gets -5, -5. Ah, boo. Come on, lands. Good. Still need to find another land after this. 4/3 Explorer for 4. They drew a land there. The awkward thing is, like, kind of need to grab the swamp here, but now I'm thinning out my deck, so I'm less likely to draw another land, you know? Oh, we hit, though, so that was really good. We want to put the counter on so it can just straight up block the Seeker by itself currently. Ah, man, Explore is such a good mechanic. Helps players actually have games, right? You don't get mana screwed as much, or you don't flood out as much. The hell is this? Skeletons you control get +1/+1 and have haste. When it enters the battlefield, you make a 2/2 skeleton pirate. At the beginning of your end step, if you descended this turn, you may pay 1. If you do, return it to... Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. I'm gonna go for the Fungal Fortitude, and if they have a trick, so be it. Nice. Get another re-explore. Put that in the graveyard. Good. Let's see. Well, let's go for an attack. It's got vigilance after all. Nice, trade's great, and we get another counter. Let's go with the veteran here. as this can start buffing up other creatures or itself when it attacks. This only triggers at my opponent's end step, so we don't have to worry about trading for their stuff on my turn. Three mana, 3. Oh, that's the gain 3 card if you reveal a dino or have a dino. Sure. And they have a spike tail. Okay, no big deal there. Let's see. Well, if we go like this and attack, they can't block it and kill it, so seems pretty good. It's also got trample, so they can't chump it. Well, I think I want both of those. I'm going to go ahead and pay 6 and draw 2. The Grasping Shadows here should be fantastic. Whenever a creature you control attacks alone, it gains Death Touch and Lifelink until end of turn. That's so good on a Trampler like that. They left that 2-mana 1/1 on top. Interesting. So I can make that 8 toughness, 9 toughness, 3, 6, 7, 8. They'd have to block with all 4? And I get to gain a million life here? Sure. $10-9 Death Touch Lifelink Trampler, huh? Seems good. Oh, that doesn't work. Okay, this is kind of sweet. Not gonna lie. Grasping Shadows. They have their own veteran, but that ain't gonna cut it. Are they just dead here? They're just dead, right? Yeah. The trample Death Touch Lifelink is just going to insta-kill them. Even if they penta-block with all 5 creatures. I play my dinosaur that gives +2/+0, and we would still trample over for lethal damage because Death Touch Trample combo, if you don't know, you only need to assign 1 point of damage to a creature to kill it, and then the rest will still trample over. So, yowza, big beats. All right, let's go to our next game. And looks great. Needs to find a land cycler to combo with our Viper or whatever, but a couple of frogs in the early game for ramp as well. It's good. Well, we have some extra lands for spells, because if we start drawing extra lands, we can sacrifice the nurseries and whatnot. It's really nice. They did grab a land on top. Play our tap land, play out the Viper. If we draw one of our land cyclers, we can cycle it away and then immediately bring it back. Pretty cute. Envoy of Organic Ahwao. Yep, I'm going to attack and see if they block with their 3/3. Go with the Fungal Fortitude. Kill their 3/3, get back our Viper, and then we play the Skull Taker, which now will get a counter since we did descend this turn. Start growing that thing. Echo of Dusk. 2/2. As long as there are 4 more permanents in your graveyard, Gets +1/+1 and has lifelink. All right. Molten Collapse. If you descend it, you can do both. Otherwise, destroy target non-creature, non-land permanent with mana value 1 or less, or destroy target creature or planeswalker. Sure. I mean, I guess we'll just go ahead and get back our Skull Taker. Start pumping it up again. Join the Dead, another removal spell, and since we had the finality counter, our creature's gone forever. Oh, and that was Exile, so we don't even get the Explorer's cash value. That sucks. I'm happy trading with that. It's a great draw. That's a good draw as well. They couldn't have another removal spell. That'd be cheating. Anim Pakal, Thousandth Moon. Whenever you attack with one or more non-gnome creatures. Okay, I'll make the block. They have deadweight, I guess? Sure. Whenever you attack with one or more non-gnome creatures, put a 1/1 counter on it, then create X 1/1 gnomes that are tapped and attacking where X is the number of 1/1 counters. Okay. Well, if they can kill my Spiketail this turn, we're going to be really far behind. One card in their hand. Sure. So they're going to put a 1/1 counter on both of those. That's okay. Time for us to start discovering. 3/4, mill 2. We'll take it with reach. Their turn to discover off of their land. Yeah, these caves are so good. Warden of the Inner Sky. What is this? 1 mana, 1/2, has 3 or more counters on it. It has Flying and Vigilance. Tap 3 untapped artifact and or creatures. You put a 1/1 counter on it, and scry 1, activate only as a sorcery. Okay. Oh, nice. Hit a 7/7 that can't be multi-blocked. That's obviously insane. Seven Trampler at that. Alright, well, we just get to start bashing in. Yeah, let's attack with that. And I think I like attacking with the Spiketail, even if it just trades with the Anim Pakal. I think that's a good deal for us. Like, that was intentional. And that is probably game over. Nice. Yeah, those cave lands are so good. Like, the very, very minimal, very, very small downside of entering always tapped at the upside of turning into a spell later on is so good. Those are going to be pretty nice pickups in draft, especially if they go late. And then in sealed, they're just free rolls. So, all right, good start for us. We're playing against Amazonian again. Well, I guess if you're watching this on a different day, you won't know. But we played Amy twice in our previous sealed pool, because again, this is a one-day event, so I'm trying to record as much as I can. We already played her twice today. It's funny. For the record, we went 2-0 versus her. And this is going to be a turn 3 Starving Revenant. Pretty good. The Oticlan Landmark, ETB Scry 2, and then Craft turns into a 1/4 flying. Oh, I thought that was a vehicle for some reason. Okay, maybe that's a little bit better than I initially gave it credit for, but... We're going to keep the Defossilize, but we're going to bin the creature. Good value there. Into a 2-mana 1/2 that explores when it ETBs. What is this? Swashbuckler's Whip. Enchanted creature has reach 2, tap target artifact or creature, and 8, 10, discover 10! That thing is cool. What? That's really cool. Alright, but anyways. The beatdown plan has started. So anyways, I started blasting. Tap target artifact or creature and 8 tap discover 10. I didn't even look at these lands. Sunken Citadel. Add 2 mana of any of the chosen colors. Spend this mana only to activate abilities of land sources. Okay, that's whatever. It's just fixing. It's tapped fixing. Leaving up 1 blue is highly sus. I don't know what trick is 1 blue in this format, though, so... Kind of feel like I'm not going to play around it. ETB, target creature an opponent controls gets -2/-0 until end of turn. Fair enough, you got me. So I do get to trade at least for the Wrestler, but I do lose my Sentinel here. Let's see, I haven't played a land yet, so let's Swamp Cycle and then play the Viper. Good value there. Well, if I had known this card was in the format, then clearly we could have played around it. Love this a little adaptive Gem Guard. So it effectively has haste for the ability. You only have to tap 2 untapped artifacts or creatures, and you put a 1/1 counter on it. So with a bunch of free artifacts, you can just make that thing kind of big immediately. It's pretty cool. Unfortunately, that's not going to cut it here. Wow, Grasping Shadows too. That's nasty, but I think we're just going to get back our Doo-Doo Kaka here and double explore. So it's a 9/7 indestructible this turn. Forced Chump. And then let's go ahead and get back our Sentinel. And put a counter on our, or rather explore again, targeting our Spike Tail, I should say. Alright, Tapper acquired. Gem Guard's going to turn into a 6/6 by tapping 2 of those things. And now she can craft one of them into a 1/4. Oh, no. It costs 2 to tap, so she can't do that without another land here. It's a great draw. All right, let's target here. Hope that it hits a spell. Nice. It did. Now let's just bin that. Go to combat. Lodestone Needle. Enters the battlefield, tap up to one target artifact or creature and put 2 stun counters on it. Oh, okay, fair enough. Let's just deadweight the scout now then and play out the Malamut veteran. Craft with an artifact, target creature you control, explore. Man, that flip side is really good. Just 1 mana explore is so nice. Well, we're gonna have Death Touch Trample active again as well, so... Bonk. This deck is super cool. This might just be an attack with everything next turn. Glorifier of Suffering, okay. No sacrifice. Pump up the Gem Guard, sure, and then holding up the tap down ability. So she's gonna have to tap down the veteran, otherwise the Trample Death Touch is lethal. Yeah, it's good. I guess we want to trade with the Gem Guard at this point. We're gonna get some counters on the cash again. Let's turn that into another lethal threat. So we're gonna have 3 lethal threats next turn. More importantly, that gives it a 1/1 counter, which it didn't have beforehand. Turn target creature with mana value 3 less from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Okay. Look at all these craft abilities. Super cool. Alright. But that is probably that, right? It's a chump, chump, chump. And basically die. Oh wait, I can just attack with the Trample Death... No, she has to tap the Trample Death Toucher, right. Attack with all 3. Chump, chump, take 2. Don't think we need Fungal Fortitude. Sure, we'll keep that. I don't know if there's a Wrath in the format I should be playing around or whatever, but... until we run into the Wrath, I'm not going to bother. Alright, and that is game, right? A smashing. Boom, baby. Man, our deck is so good. So much synergies. So much value. The Explorer's Cache has been a little bit, I'd say overperforming than my expectations, you know? Okay, 4-0. Let's go, go, go. All right, 4-0 on the play here with an okay-looking hand. Some decent graveyard start stuff, but nothing to do with the graveyard yet. Alright, well there's a Descend card, so that's a start. Build a Forest and a River Herald Guide, sure. I don't think I'm going to move the counter yet in case they have like an Abrade or something. And a 1/1 Death Touch is fine enough. Like making it a 2/2 I don't think drastically changes anything. Whenever a player casts a spell, if it's not their turn, it deals 4 damage to them. Nice. Okay. Build another land and Visage of Dread. 3/2, make a treasure when it ETBs. It's a good one. Whenever a creature you control attacks alone, it gains Death Touch and Lifelink. Put a Dread counter on this. Then if there are 3 or more, flip it. Good value. Sure, it's a deal. Great, now we get the counter back on our cash. I'll go ahead and put the counter on the Marionette now. Pass? Sure. Land cycle, and let's play out the Skull Taker because it's going to start growing. Alright, what are they going to do that's scary? They didn't play anything last turn with 6 mana. They're doing nothing again with 7? I mean... I guess I'll flip my shadows then. There must be some wrath I'm running into, but oh well. Bringer of the Last Gift. What does this do? Whoa, 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 whoa. When it enters the battlefield, if you cast it, each player sacrifices all other creatures they control, then each player returns all creature cards from their graveyard that went further this way to the battlefield. Crazy. Okay. Yeah, we'll mill 2. We'll keep another Spike Tail. Great. That's nuts. That card is cool. Let's go like this, and then put this on our 4/2 and attack with both, huh? Oh, that's got indestructible. Whoopsies. I don't know if they meant to do that. Unless they have like another bringer. No, they would have chumped with the bringer if they had another. That might have just been a mistake on their part. Chupacabra for 2. Okay, whatever. Another plundering pirate. Weird game. Let's draw a card. I mean, yeah, let's just attack with 2 6/7s. We don't mind doing a bunch of trading here, I think. Clean off the board. Good. They might have a way to recur, but I don't think we particularly mind too much. Spike tail of their own, we don't care. I will go down to 23. Beginning of your end step, if you descended, make a treasure. Sure, it's whatever. Alright, draw an extra card again. Bad. I guess we just get back another spike tail here. Acolyte of Aklazats. Sack another creature artifact. Each opponent loses 1 life. You gain 1 life. 3/3 at the beginning of your end step. If you descended this turn, you put a 1/1 counter on it, and then a 3/1 haste. Another target creature gains haste until end of turn. Sure. All right. So I mean, we're looking pretty good here. Guess let's take a peek-see at this. See what we can discover. Maybe we can hit our 4/4 black rare card or whatever. Priority's on them since they have that damn gnome. Darn it. Hey, we hit it exactly. Beautiful. Wow, the nuts. So we're just going to leave both cards on top, draw them both, and then we're going to trigger the Starving Revenant twice. Say go. Alright, discover 5. What are they going to hit? Dreadmire's Awe! So that goes to hand. Until end of turn, target attacking creature. So that only hit, or that only... that's so awkward for them. That's funny. I think we get draining. Because the Revenant's going to drain them whenever I draw a card as well. They might be dead this turn. This hits a, like, if we explore a land, right, that's drawing a card. Defossilize is too good to mulligan, though. No rush. GG's. Inti Seneschal of the Sun. Whenever you attack, you may discard a card. When you do, put a 1/1 counter on target attacking creature against trample. Whenever you discard one more cards, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card this turn. Okay. It's a land? Sure. Nice. All right. Dude, our deck is sick, man. This extreme synergies. So good. And now we're 5-0. Can we go? 5-0 on to game 6. Ooh, man, needs to find a 2-drop. Or one of our land cyclers on turn 2. But this is good enough to keep on the play, certainly. Wait, our opponent just passed their first turn and went to discard? Is there a cheap reanimate effect in this format? There's that white one that can return a 3 or less. I don't know if you would want to do that, though. Maybe there's some rare... No, they just messed up. Okay, well, that's really awkward. Oh, where were you last turn, Marionette? Damn. Sentinels is nuts, but we're going to bin that since we have the Viper and we want to just draw land next turn anyways. Two, put 7/1/1 counters on it. Our target non... Whoa, that is a weird card. It's a nice 2/2, actually. 2/2 for 2. Late game, it is a very good win con, huh? That's nice. Growing Rights of Ixalan! Hey, there's a good reprint. You need how many so you need 4 creatures at the end of your turn. That's really cool. Oh, we got the combo. Damn, okay. Well, I guess I have to do that now, don't I? Swamp Cycle, our Rampaging Spiketail. I guess we actually want a Marionette as well, just in case we get something better. And then, yeah, let's just get back our 5/6 here, pump up our River Guide, and attack for 6 Indestructible. Graveyard Synergies. I didn't even see what they grabbed. Screaming Phantom. 3-mana 2/2 flying whenever it attacks mill a card. Not bad. Wait, what was that? All creatures get -2/-2 until end of turn. If a creature an opponent controls would die, exile it instead. Sweet. Now let's go back and get our Sentinel with Defossilize. And yeah, leave those both on top. Holy crap. Dude, our deck is like a weird budget constructed reanimate deck. A block constructed, I should say, reanimate deck. Not that there are blocks anymore, but if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. And that's lethal. We just deadweight their flyer and GG's. What a beating. Holy moly. What a freaking beating. That is a 6-0 black-green Descend start. Sheesh. All right, 6-0 on to game 7. Let's see if we can get the perfect conversion. 7-0 here. We're on the play. Our hand looks very good. Wow. Very good. This is turn 2 Poison Dart Frog, turn 3 Starving Revenant, if all goes correctly. Now, this deck's been really fun. We've been drawing well. We've been playing okay, hopefully. And more importantly, we're getting good reps in with all of these new cards. Forgotten Monument. Add a colorless. Other caves you control have tap, pay 1, add 1 mana of any color. Wow. That's cool. They milled 2 of these huge bristleback cards. Oh yeah, we're drawing both of those for sure. I'm paying 6 life. Do not care. This Grasping Shadows has been really good. Maybe we're just high rolling, but... Eaten by Piranhas. Enchanted creature loses all abilities and is a black skeleton creature with base power and toughness 1/1. Alright. Well, we have Fungal Fortitude, so when it dies eventually, it's actually going to still be super relevant for us. Alright, let's go ahead and explore, or whatever, make a map. I think I'm a dead weight to the Death Toucher here. Say go. Kitesail Larcenist. Oh, this is a good one too. 2/3 Flying Ward 1. When it ETBs, choose up to one target artifact or creature that player controls for as long as it's on the battlefield. My creature, or my thing is a treasure. Ah, God. I guess we just do this. They actually have, somehow, a weird cave deck in Sealed. Love it. Creature of the Schism, yeah. 2/4 Death Touch. Whenever it attacks a player with the most life, or tied for the most life, you make a vampire, or draw a card, depending on what's happening there. Alright, let's gain some of our life back and play the Grasping Shadows. Probably too good not to just keep our 5/6 alive here, plus now we're going to gain 7 life. I guess now that I've used my Fungal Fortitude, just trading with my Revenant off is probably a better play. I don't think I have any ways to destroy enchantments, do I? Sure. Spyglass Siren. 1 mana, 1/1 flying, ETB, make a map token. Hey, that's a really good 1/1. Putting a stop on my upkeep so I can Promising Vein and thin out my deck of lands. Just gonna take that hit. I don't know why they're not attacking with the 2/3. Whoopsies, now they're shuffling away their 1/1. Okay, let's, I guess here, activate our Necropolis. Hit a Deep Goblin Skull Taker, nice. Attack for 5, lifelink, put another counter on the Grasping Shadows, it's just gonna flip next turn. And we grow our Menace creature because the land went to the graveyard. Beautiful. So it's a 3 mana, 2/2 Menace that at the beginning of your end step, it gets bigger if you descended. Join the Dead. -10, -10. That card is real good. Alright, let's attack just with the Menace creature and flip our land. Get to start drawing extra cards. Not bad. Play this out. Mill that, and now we get to fight their 2/3 Larcenist, which is going to unlock our Sentinel back again as well. So what I cast just now was the Malamut Battle Glyph. Choose target creature you control and target creature you don't control. If the creature you control entered the battlefield this turn, put a 1/1 counter on that creature, then those creatures fight. So We played the River Herald Guide. It gained a 1/1 counter from revealing a spell. Then we buffed it up to a 5/3 and killed their 2/3. I really like this Visage of Dread. 2 mana, opponent reveals their hand, choose an artifact or creature, that player discards it, but then it turns into a big flyer or a big creature with menace later on itself. Really cool. Alright, they have officially given up. Alright, my friends, and that is a nice 7-0 here. Dude, this deck was so good. I love Explore. Love, love, love Explore. Like, smooths out your draws. And our deck just had so much synergy with the Explore and other graveyard effects, so that was a really good one. Like, yesterday I think we went 7-1 with blue-white artifacts and sealed. Now we're going 7-0 here with green-black graveyard. Is this the best format of all time? Probably. We'll see you back next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.